Okay, we thought we'd take a break and...
That's the last question.
We're just actually explaining the rules of the game right now.
Well, you explain it to me while we're waiting.
Bert Parks, Arlene Francis, Gil Faith, Mark Goodman here. Let's have
Goodson.
a nice...
Goodson.
Excuse me,
Said
Mark.
Goodman, that's all right.
Excuse me, Mark Goodson. Let's have a nice welcome for our guest panelist, Hill de la Madrid.
De la Madrid.
Okay, I want to turn over the proceedings to Mark.
Fine, I'll call you Gil instead of Hill, all right?
Si, senor.
Okay. May the person with the next occupation enter and sign in, please. Just sign your name right there.
You can't read his name from here, can you?
I can't read it here.
What is it?
Tinker...
To Chance.
Tinkerbell? No.
Tinker
Bell.
Tinker to Evers.
It's a chance.
Wheeler. No,
Looks like
White.
no.
Tinker
Whittier.
Whitaker.
Whitaker, okay. There you go.
We're going to allow the panel to guess your occupation, Mr. Whitaker.
Whittier.
Whittier. All right.
Whittier.
Now,
Whittier, California.
I'm going to
Like-
give you
oh,
a
yes.
slightly unusual hint about this man's occupation. I will tell you that it is connected with a product, but he also performs a service. And I'm going to give you the product. The product is automobiles. The question is the service, right? And we'll start the questioning with Arlene Francis.
Is your service not so much with the automobile itself, but with somebody that might be driving an automobile?
Now, that's 1 down and 9 to go.
Is your
Mr. Parks.
Yes. Is your service for the automobile for a specific part of the automobile?
No, I would say so. Not a specific part. That's you're going to go down to glorious defeat.
Thanks again.
That's 2 down and 8 more to go. Mr.
I didn't
Faith.
even want to come here anyway.
May I assume?
I'm here under duress, frankly.
Duress?
Yes. Oh, there he is.
May I assume that what you do with this automobile has more to do with the mechanical aspects of the automobile than it does with the appearance of the car?
Yes.
In a sense. He's going to give you a yes, but if you go on the logic of what he said, you're going to go in the wrong direction. So I'm going to give you a yes. Forget you asked the question.
Okay.
Okay. That's a big help.
Does the audience probably know what this man does? Have we told him?
I don't know.
If we haven't, this is going to be very dull.
It has been supered to the audience. That's correct?
You know what he does?
All right. Then here's what I want to do, just for the sake of the people in the audience here in the studio, the home audience knows. Panelists, close your eyes, please.
Okay.
May we super what he does?
Can they all see?
I'm sorry, it is the wrong super. So take
Never
it away.
happened this way. What's my line?
He could change his job.
By the way, I will also tell you while you're waiting, this is a job that Mr. Whittier used to do, and since that time he's changed.
Well, that's why I didn't get it the first time.
Right. So, however, we're not going to wait for the super, are we?
No.
So we better continue with Mr. Faith. You still eight to go, which is a half an hour.
May I assume that you do this to the automobile before it is bought by the consumer? Am I right?
Before it's bought?
By the consumer?
Yeah, before it's bought by the...
No, that's you got to know there. So you got 3 down, 7 to go. Mr. Madrid.
Does your service provide a certain kind of protection to the owner? No.
I would say the answer to that is a definite no. It does not provide security to the owner. We go back to Arlene Francis. Now, you see, at this particular point, if this audience knew what it was he did, we get a small chuckle.
We definitely
I'm going to supply the chuckles myself. All right,
I know.
He's known as Chuckles Goodson. Now, may I assume that you did not steal hubcaps?
Did you not steal hubcaps?
Yes.
What is that? You may not assume he did not steal hubcaps.
Well, then, did he steal? Is that his job? He stole hubcaps?
No, that is not his job. He did not steal hubcaps, and therefore you have 5 more to go. Mr. Parks.
Then, in other words, when you say something about hubcaps, that then centralizes what the man does to a certain area of the automobile, I would assume.
No, that is incorrect.
That is incorrect. Well,
that is incorrect. Now we go to Mr. Faith.
I know what he does.
I wish I were dead here, honestly.
Yes, what he did.
I know what he does or what he did, but I will now lead up to it. Right?
Yes, lead up to it.
Does this in any way have anything to do, even peripherally, with the financing of the automobile?
I don't think, no.
I thought he repossessed cars.
No. So now, Mr. De La Madrid, we have 3 to go.
Do you work for a company or on your own? Independently.
Well, you got a double one there, but let you have it. Works independently. You sneaked one through on us.
Did I?
Yes, go ahead.
Gee, this is the hard one.
I know what he does.
Do you
Give you 5 seconds.
steal cars?
That is correct.
Oh,
correct.
Arlene, with my hubcaps.
Yes, he had part of the car.
Honey, I said he did steal hubcaps, but you said, therefore, that was not his total job.
Yeah, that's it.
Still much more, he stole the whole car.
Well, he started out
Right
small with the hubcaps, and he worked his way up to the whole car.
That's right.
It's true.
See, I'm on the cover of Money magazine this month. They're running an article about it.
What he's done now, apparently, is he's used this past experience of being an ex-thief to use his services to show you how your car should not be stolen. Is that correct?
Right. I work for Dentacar International.
Called Dentacar?
Dentacar.
Oh, Identicar.
How many
Right.
cars did you steal during your career of being a car thief?
A little over 8,000.
Wow.
15 years.
That's a record.
We shouldn't applaud something like that. 8,000 cars. Were you ever arrested?
Yeah, I was arrested, never convicted.
How'd you beat the rap?
A good lawyer.
I guess you did. Did you ever steal his car?
No, but he came down here 2 weeks ago and lost his Lincoln Continental.
See, as ye sow, ye shall reap. Okay, thank you very much.
Did you
We'll
used to steal them to order? I mean, for instance,
Right,
somebody
they're
said, I
already
want to...
sold before I even got them.
In other words, you went out and looked for a certain model.
Specific
exactly.
model, yeah. I had
Somebody had ordered
spotters
that.
and stuff that went around and just spotted them, and then I would come and get them.
We should have had that occupation.
I know.
That's a very
We
good
did
one.
once.
Did
I
we?
think
But
we had something
inadvertently.
like it.
Don't you remember the man, the elephant keeper? If you've got
Oh, but
time.
he
ahead,
stole
the elephant
cars.
We had a man who was an elephant keeper out at Jones Beach. He was an elephant keeper for Guy Lombardo, you know, one of those spectaculars. And we put him on as an elephant keeper. And he was on, and we got a phone call. The next day, the FBI was in the office saying, "Where is this guy?" And the next thing, he was in the jail. We sent his check to the city jail because
stole
somebody in
cars.
Detroit had spotted him as a guy who had stolen his automobile.
Crazy. Let's take a break. We'll come back with someone else. Now, I do want to say this. We want to formally apologize for an error. We should have let the people in the audience here, as well as the people at home, know that this gentleman was a car thief. That would have really been playing the game right, but we goofed. So we'll be back right after this.
Don't show her occupation yet. Yetta? Can't read the last name. Schachter. Yetta Schachter. A little applause for Yetta. Yetta, if you will sit down next to me, we'll show the audience and the audience in the studio exactly what Yetta does for a living. Can we show it? Don't look for it.
We won't.
Close those.
No, that is the thing. I just saw Yetta.
See that? See that?
I don't know whether or not we got that for the home
you want
viewers.
it for the home
Keep those
viewer?
eyes closed.
Okay.
All right.
Home viewer.
Okay, now we all know. Good. Good work.
Now, let me just say that this Yetta rents out her services, and you must find out what it is that she rents out and does for a living, and we'll start the questioning. This time, we'll go in this direction. We'll start with Gil de la Madrid. Gil de la Madrid.
Rent out your services.
He rents out, correct, Yetta?
That's correct.
That's correct. Yetta rents out her
Is there
services.
any gypsy blood in you?
No, there may be way back, but not that I know
Well,
of.
by asking that question about the gypsy blood, you lost one, so it's 1-9 to go.
that's not fair.
There's no fairness on this show. Gil.
Yetta, if I were to avail... do you provide this service for both men and women?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
If I were to want your service for some reason or other, would you come to where I am to deliver that service?
Yes, any place where you are.
Right. You would come to my home
Yes.
or to my office.
Yes.
Would there be any, and I hope you will understand that I ask this in the proper sense, would there be any physical contact between us?
There could be.
I would say in the
Hope
light...
springs eternal.
I would say, in the light of Yetta's occupation, physical contact is totally unnecessary. So it's 8 down and a bunch of 8 to go.
Physical contact is totally unnecessary. That's what you say.
For this
That's one
occupation.
man's opinion.
For this occupation.
But the fact that you come and do this service for me, because I'm a man, or I don't know if it's been asked before, would it give me particular pleasure as a man?
Oh, yes, that's why you want my service.
Is that why I want your service?
That's right.
You would be...
Well, I feel better if this service that you provided, if I were alone with you.
Not necessarily.
No, you get a no on that. Being alone is not requisite.
Well, that knocked that out. That's all.
Arlene, Yetta
when-
rents out her services.
When you come to give this service, could you give it to a group?
I could, but usually it's one. It's a one-to-one service.
Well, it's usually one. I didn't know that.
Then you rule out the group, huh?
Well, we won't, since I didn't know, we won't count it, so go ahead.
Okay. But it is not necessary for you to come into physical contact with the person, you said. Is that correct? It is not necessary.
No, it's not necessary.
Do you have anything to do with the occult?
No.
Nothing to do with the occult. And we go now.
Thinking along those lines.
He got the last
I know.
one.
You stole my line.
That's a good title for a show. So what's you stole my line?
Yeah. We go again.
Gil, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shots to go. Here you go.
Do you, your services involve having something to do with the house?
Yes,
It does have something to do with the
it
house.
could have something to do
Could
with
have
the
something to do.
house.
I don't
Absolutely.
understand that, but go ahead. I don't quite know how it does, but all right. What does that
Conference.
do?
This is a conference.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, I see. Yes, yes. Oh, it could, but it's
Something to do with the house.
yes, it could have something to do with that, but it's a bad way to go. It
You mean I'm cold?
It wouldn't help.
Wouldn't help at all.
It wouldn't help.
Well, you look very successful to me. I mean, really, look at that. Look at those jewels.
Business is terrific.
Not from doing this kind of work.
My, oh my. So we did say, or you did say that you have nothing to do with coming in contact with people, bodies. Has to do with,
Let me give you a hint.
Oh, see, he's giving me a hint.
So
Not
we
giving
don't
us
do
a-
that on
No,
What's
we
My
just don't
Line.
do
Well, this is my version of it. This is my talent.
This is his show. He's
That's
going to run
right.
it the way he wants to.
All of that? Right, yeah.
we'll get to that one later. If I use your services, would I feel guilty?
Well, you're supposed to feel guilty, but I don't think you should feel guilty.
Now, that's a very important point.
But I'm supposed to feel guilty.
You're supposed to feel
You're
guilty.
supposed to be very guilty. It's very important that you
Oh,
feel
I have
guilty.
an
However, she says in this particular case you really shouldn't. But you continue.
Feel guilty?
Yeah.
Guilt, yes, absolutely. Guilt is requisite to getting this service.
Guilty.
No question about it.
I got it.
Who's up?
I think guilt.
No, he's still on. He's got a yes
still
answer.
got a yes.
Right, Gil.
Now I'm a little confused. You did say that I should or shouldn't. I shouldn't feel guilty,
But you probably would.
but
You
I
would
would.
feel guilty,
Yeah.
yes. Everyone that has one feels guilty.
We'll
Okay,
pass
I
to
do.
Gil
I'll
place.
pass-
We go from
take
Gil to
Everyone
Gil.
that has one. Now here's one in it. I should feel guilty. I will feel guilty, but I shouldn't feel guilty. Could what you do be done in any room in the house?
Oh, sure. Couldn't it?
That's funny.
The kitchen?
The kitchen,
Oh,
you do
yes,
this.
mostly in the kitchen.
Absolutely.
No,
The kitchen is very
But you
important.
could do it in the bedroom too.
Could in the
Yes,
bedroom
yes,
also.
yes.
Under the sink, possibly?
Possibly.
Okay, you can
Gil?
do it in any room in the house. I take it would be necessary for you to talk to me to do this.
Oh, yes.
Talking is very important.
Talking is very important, and I'm going to feel guilty. May I assume that we would both all keep our clothes on the whole time, right?
I would say so.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
That would be.
But no, I meant there was no manipulation or anything like that. Does what you do benefit me in some way that is apparent? I mean, in other words, would I look better or look different or in any way as a result of
I
what you
think
do
you'd
for me?
feel better.
You would have from the psychic
The glow.
results of her
Yes,
active,
you'd
you'd
feel
glow.
I would glow.
You would glow. Yes.
I would glow. Wow.
You'd glow a little.
I don't glow often either.
Well, I think they're in the dark.
When you got to glow, you got
I think it's going to be very difficult.
I think we should flip all the cards
Yes,
down.
we're going to flip the cards down. It's very
Symbolically.
difficult.
Is she
Ye-
a sitter of any kind?
No, Yetta is a professional Jewish mother. And as I understand it, this is one of many, many services that are rented out by the organization that her daughter runs. Is that correct?
That's right.
And will her daughter please get
Yes,
up here
come on
fast?
up, Bonnie. I just want to say
We
hello to
change
her
places
down
with
here.
the daughter?
What exactly does
Where
a
does a
professional Jewish mother do
She makes
other
chicken
than
soup.
chicken soup? I know.
This is Bonnie Schlachter.
Oh, hi.
Just sit down there for a second. Just stand up. Just stand up right there. Bonnie, what is this rent an event?
Rent an Event was conceived as an entertainment gift and gag service. I actualize people's fantasies.
You're renting your own mother now?
Yeah, why not?
So how many people have used your services so far?
Oh, I would say quite a few, about 50 or 60.
You make chicken
so
soup?
far. I did make chicken soup. Someone had a cold and called me from Phoenix, Arizona, and said her daughter was sick. Could I please make a little chicken soup? And I made a little Luxemkugel, if you know what that means. That's noodle pudding. And I really went up there with a basket full of goodies, and she had the chicken
that's so
soup.
fun. What are some of the other things you have, Bonnie, with your company, Rent an Event?
I rent garbage trucks, so people, instead of arriving in a Rolls Royce for a party, would arrive in a garbage truck. I had the Lone Ranger stalk Jersey City, and he almost got arrested. The police said the next time he wanted to do that.
Why would he want to do that?
Somebody called up, and he said, "Do you have the Lone Ranger?" And I said, "Sure, you know, I'll have him arrive whenever you want." And we dressed this guy up, who was a character actor, as a cowboy, and we had him come in with his mask and his white outfit and everything, and...
What is your service called, by the way? Does it have a
Rent
name?
an Event.
Yeah.
What?
Rent an Event.
Rent an Event. How interesting.
Very funny. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
That's a lot of fun.
Thank you, Yetta.
I thought maybe how you'd ever guess that.
Mark, you have to leave. It's 4 o'clock on the nose, so I will thank you, and I will sit in for you
Good enough.
as we go.
Thank you very much.
Here is a gentleman who's really brought a lot of good television programs to America. Mark Goodson of Goodson and Todman. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Continued success. So we'll return right after this with more of What's My Line, believe it or not.
No applause for our mystery guest? What kind of a mystery guest is that?
She hadn't showed up yet.
It's a long name.
Our mystery guest is making way to the podium.
I think he's crawling, or she is.
I will only tell you, panel, that our mystery guest is involved in the world of entertainment. And I will begin, you will each take one question. We'll move quickly. I'll begin with Miss Arlene Francis.
Thank you. Mystery guest, have you ever been either a guest or a panelist on What's My Line?
No.
I also would like to tell you that we have someone speaking for our mystery guest.
Oh, we do.
Who's next?